Now it says engage, firmly apply brake and hold, which I'm doing. Press OK to begin. Track app canceled. I don't know why. What's going on, guys? Jared at Lethal Performance here, aka the Mustang King. I am sitting here outside of Lethal Performance headquarters in our new 2020 Shelby GT500 carbon fiber track pack. And I want to make a video today going over a few things, mainly doing the line lock as well as a two-step launch control, because this is a whole new thing for me here, completely different from the previous car, Gold Member, which was a 10-speed automatic. So I actually had a chance to take this car to the track last Friday. It was my first time taking to the track. I had no idea what I was doing. I asked a few good friends about, who were familiar with the car, what to do, how to do it, and I still actually struggled with launching this car. So my findings were, yes, for my first time, and it may take a few times to get used to it, for me, it was definitely a struggle and a little frustrating. So there's two things that basically need to be done again to launch this car properly at the track. This is unlike a 10-speed automatic, or an automatic for that matter, that has a stall converter where you can pretty much put it in drive, foot brake it, rev it up to the RPMs you want to. It'll hold as long as you're holding the brake down, and then let it rip, just like it did in Gold Member. It's not like that with the DCT in this car. So the DCT does not have the stall converter on it, basically I'll just show you what happens. Like, pretty much if you put this car in drive and think you're going to foot brake it to whatever desired RPM you want to do a burnout or a launch, it's not going to happen. So I've got us in drive right now. Let me put us in drag mode here. Foot is on the brake, we're in gear, and on the gas, there you go. I mean, my foot is to the floor and we're at maybe 1200, 1300 RPMs, and it does not go anywhere at all. You cannot rev the car to the desired RPM that you want to, okay? So that's where, again, the launch control feature plays into launching this car at the drag strip. And again, the other part is the line lock, which is the first step of the sequence when going to a drag strip. So let's walk through it from the beginning, starting off with the line lock burnout, and then we'll do the launch control launch and see how it's done. So starting out with the first sequence here of doing our burnout, let's say we pull into a water box at the drag strip right before we're about to do our run. We're going to pull into the water box, pull out a little bit here because you don't want to be sitting in the water box. And then we're going to go to the Cobra and go to track apps. You're going to go to line lock, hit OK. And then up on here, it says hold OK to initialize line lock. And this is where I totally got confused. Like, how long do you hold the button for? What do you do? When do you let off of it? And like, I totally was like spazzing out. Actually did all right my first time at the track. My second two runs, I totally spazzed out, and they're like, hey, come on, we got cars waiting for you and stuff. It was real nerve-wracking and stuff, but eventually I'll get it. So hold OK to initialize line lock. I'm gonna hold line lock, and then it says to engage, firmly apply brake and hold. I'm fully engaged, press OK to begin, and then you can actually release brake. It tells you to release the brake, press OK to cancel. That means when I'm done, we're gonna hit OK to cancel. And there's my burnout and OK to cancel. So that's what you have to do. You don't have to hold the OK button the whole time once it's engaged and this like starts dialing down the time for how long you do the line lock for, but you do have to hit OK for it to end. All right, let's do this one more time, all right? So we're in drive, again in drag mode. We're gonna hold OK to initialize that line lock. The little tire comes up spinning. Now I can let go of it, engage firmly and apply brake and hold. OK to begin. You can let go of the brake. Do your burnout, and then OK to cancel. What happens here is, as soon as you hit that OK to cancel, it really doesn't allow you to roll forward. Like, even if you stay on the throttle at that point, once it's done doing its burnout with the line lock, you can't roll further, which I like to do, is to pull out of where you've just done that burnout. So the next step to do that successfully is actually, before you do your line lock burnout, you're going to hit the traction control button once. That's going to allow it to not throw the traction control on as soon as that thing is done doing the burnout and stop you in your tracks. So we'll try that one more time though, this time with traction control off. So we're going to hit that off one time on the screen. Traction control is off. Okay. Initialize line lock. Okay. Oop, I didn't hold it. See? Line lock. Hold OK. You can't just press it. You got to follow these instructions, which you guys know I'm really bad at doing. Hold OK to initialize line lock. You got the tire there. Engage firmly on the brake. Press OK to begin. There we go. And then cancel. And there we go. See, I was able to actually pull away from where I just did that burnout out of the water box. So if there's any extra water or debris in there from a car or our car doing a burnout, we're rolling out of it, getting those tires clean for the run. So there you have the first step of launching the 2020 Shelby GT500 at the drag strip, all right? Okay, so imagine doing that with like a busy track and cars lined up behind you and everything else. You're a nervous guy to begin with already. You know, you got to get used to it. And I'm sure the more you do it, the more you learn. It's become second nature at that point. All right. So we just successfully did our burnout with the line lock. We pulled out of the water box. We're pulling up to the beams to do our launch. What we're going to do next is we're going to go to that launch control feature inside the menu here. You have to hit the snake again and go to track apps and launch control. Turn on launch control. Launch control not available. Why is that, guys? Remember, right before I did that second burnout with my line lock. So we'll try that one more time though, this time with traction control off. So we're going to hit that off one time on the screen. Traction control is off. Okay. I disabled traction control. I put traction control off. You cannot use the launch control feature with traction control off. It has to be on. That's part of the whole computer telling things what to do, torque management, everything else. Traction control does have to be on and able for launch control to work. So let's turn traction control on. Okay, now I've got launch control with the X mark next to it. That means that it's functioning. We're gonna go to RPMs. I'm at 2,500, let's go to 2,300 and go back. We're set up to do our launch. I got my foot on the brake here. We're just about to go. And there we go. We're sitting at whatever it is, 2,300 RPMs, and let it rip. There you go. That's how it works. So even filming this video, it seems a little complicated, and it actually is. You know, it's a sequence. It is not just simple, put it in drive and rev it up to the RPM you want it and launch it right off the foot brake. That's not how it goes with this car. You've got to do the sequence, you got to follow it properly. And again, my recommendation for those who want to be able to pull out of that doing the burnout, pull out of the water box, is you do have to have the traction control off. However, you do have to remember to turn it back on before you get to the line to do your launch, because again, launch control will not work with traction control off. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for watching. We're going to be bringing you a ton of 2020 Shelby GT500 content here with our carbon fiber track pack car. Exciting to go to the track last week. You'll see a video here very shortly about that. But that was what I learned from my first evening at the drag strip with this car, was that it doesn't function just like an automatic, or it's a very unique vehicle with the DCT transmission in here from Tremec, and you know, you got to learn how to launch it step by step. Kudos to all those guys out there with 2020 Shelby GT500s who've been going really quick at the track, running 9s and stuff. It takes a lot. So for those who figure it out and stuff like that, cheers to you guys for figuring it out and leading the way for the rest of us. And we're going to do our best to continue that and show you guys how we do it here at Team Lethal. Thanks for watching, guys. Mustang King, Lethal Jared, and I'm out. Now it says engage, firmly apply brake and hold, which I'm doing. Press OK to begin. Track app canceled. I don't know why. Really? Oh, yeah, because I did not drive. Duh. All right. That to me is I think the most difficult part. The next part's pretty easy. You want to, again, it's, okay. I'm struggling, Christy. I'm having a hard time. So why did take 10? Okay, that is why. Launch control. I was just totally failed again. You can't have that on there. All right, ready? Let me go back. Let me get it set up. Let me just set up better.